And welcome back, everybody, after a week off to FSB Racing Live. Friday night, Winston Cup action from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I'm your host, Shawn Reap, back again with my partner, Milt Minter Jr., joining us live from Fresno, California. How you doing, Milty?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Back from working on the coast of Santa Cruz and a week break last week, and now we have the famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway stock cars. You know, what was it, 1994, when the first year they actually did this for real?
Absolutely. Brickyard 400, 1994. Jeff Gordon was the first winner, and boy, did that stick in Dale Earnhardt's craw.
You know, and this simulation runs this track really well, and it is like Indy is, which means it's hard to pass, and you have to execute, qualify well, and then stay in the front by making good pit stops, 55-mile-an-hour pit road speed, and a hellacious entry.
Yeah, it's actually, I like the pit entry here, but yeah, you do have to get off the throttle pretty quick off turn 4. But interesting you mentioned that it simulates well in the sim, because that is actually the first sim that Papyrus made. Before they made IndyCar racing, they had, back in the old DOS days, an Indy 500 simulator, and that's the first racing game I played on a computer. And that was it. It was just Indianapolis 500. It looked like nothing like what we got today, and nothing like what you're going to see today. And last time we were here at Indianapolis, I don't know if you remember, Milty, but that was the close to last season back in March, and it was a heck of a night. We had so many guys coming in eligible to win that championship, with Jordan Mcgregor pulling it off in the end. So not as much high stakes tonight, but you know everybody wants to kiss the bricks, so they're going to be chasing it.
Absolutely. And this track, I'm telling you, is a complete rectangle. It's exactly the same distances everywhere. 9 degrees banking, 660 feet, or no, it's yards. Yeah, yards of on the short chutes, and 3,300 yards on the straightaways. Exactly. So it's, you know, it is what it is. It's Indy. Going to be hard to pass.
Yeah, and that is the key here. It's draft dependent, but not a super speedway type draft. It's like you'll see a couple breakaway packs, and if you get separated, you can't quite pull up to them. And you also need that drafting help to pass if you're in a group of more than one car. 2 cars individually going at it, yeah, they can work around, but if, you know, 2 cars working against one, the 2 are going to win every time. So that means with the aero dependency through these flat corners, you got to keep that right side on the car. You got to take care of the tires so you can stay tucked in there. The tire management, fuel management can all come into play here. And just trying to get there and be there at the end, just like any race, but on a great big scale. And let's get to our qualifying grid here. As you see, Dan Irvine is on the pole.
Yeah, real race car driver and sim racer. This guy can roll, and that's where you want to be.
Yeah, Dan Irvine, 27 car on the pole, rather commanding pole lap there, almost a 1/10 of a second faster than second place Ken Hansen. Get that 27 to tech. Dave Ellens. Dave Ellens has been hot lately, and he continues that streak. Puts the 115 in third. A great qualifying effort there for Dave Ellens. And you hear the engines roaring as cars are taken to the track for practice. Final practice here, happy hour after the drivers' meeting has completed, thanks to Ryan Johnson, our series admin. Mark DeRocket DeSenza.
Man. I mean, an entry and exit, got to stay on that apron.
Absolutely, let's follow someone out here.
Woo.
Here we go, we got the 90 Bullseye machine there. Matt Stewart driving that Benny Parsons car. And see behind him, Rick Castle comes out in that purple Crown Royal. That's a very flat exit. It's almost like driving a road course just coming out of the pits here.
Well, I'd like to say hi to Doris, cheering for her son again. Slim
All
Jim
right, Mama Gately.
Step yourself into a Slim Jim.
Ding! We got Derby Don checking in there. Finally figured out how to turn his speakers on. I know that technology's tough for your older guys.
Well, he lives in the weeds somewhere in Canada. So,
Do they have electricity there?
yeah, he's actually he takes care of like dams, or like serious stuff.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Never knew that. Let's keep on moving here. We got Pops Margison, the Indianapolis native, or Indiana native rather, puts the 99 in 5th. He wants to run well at the home track here. Dave Jandry, your Truck Series winner last night at Texas, puts the 51 in 6th spot. Johnny Doucette, Jeff Hale, Brian Lamb, great qualifying effort there. He was joining us in the chat. Puts the 09 in 9th. And then TG Reese somehow got stuck in the 332 tonight. But he'll start that car rounding out your top 10.
Driving the 332, and that'll be a stock paint there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it'll be a stock paint. We'll see what it turns out as. Steve Weber, Joe Weaver, Bill Farmer, and Will Farmer, the Farmer family there, our series sponsor. We thank them for putting up the hardware, which, by the way, Milty, I had to rise to the Milty challenge to put some trophies in the background.
I forgot. I was going to... I love your background there, man.
And what those are...
more than just a smart guy. He can drive, and there you go.
And those are what they're racing for. Those are 2 Winston Cups that I managed to rack up back-to-back before jumping up into the booth. And that's putting up the hardware for the series once again. Once again, Bill Farmer, thanks for sponsoring the series. And our series sponsor, Bill Farmer, puts the 06 in 13th. Ryan Johnson, your series admin, 15th. Rick Castle, Wes Dobbs, Ed Fowler, Brad Otto, and Matt Stewart rounding out your top 20. And you can see all the rest of the field here. Billy Arbro, Dino Francisconi, and John Palmer, last ones to turn laps. Everybody else chose to take that provisional, trying to get a spot further back in the pits. Maybe miss some early carnage, but man, if it goes green, you could easily lose the lead draft here starting that far back. It's a calculated risk they're taking, not turning the qualifying lap.
Absolutely,
especially
here. Yeah.
We have got 42 people, counting this second computer next to me, in the server right now. You see that last one is me, 62, Shawn Reap, and then 43 is blank. So taking Milty, myself, and camera 2 out, we've got 39 entries again here. That's crazy.
Back there, screen back there. It is. It's full field.
Man, Jeff had
one spot left, I think.
So that is a lot of cars around Indianapolis Motor Speedway here.
Oh, Tom Jackson got back in watching. He was actually on the track today. He's been watching these broadcasts and worked his way and getting a good rig and just getting his feet wet. He's talking about just wants to get some speed before gets out here and tries to actually do what he's been watching for a while. So that's really cool.
And you got the 92 out there.
Pit road practices. Ken Shea, I'm not seeing him in his normal colors. Maybe that's on my end.
Ken Shea seems to have lost his old cars. We're going to have to hook him back up.
Well, it happens when you change computers,
Yeah, you got that 60 machine, the Mark Martin Winn-Dixie colors for Dennis Balsar. Just hope he doesn't pit on the white flag lap.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
Poor Mark Martin. Poor Mark Martin, one of the greatest drivers to ever get behind the wheel of a car, and he's always going to be forever remembered for 2 things. Not winning a Winston Cup. He kind of got screwed by NASCAR. And giving away the race on the last lap because he didn't realize he had to go one more under caution. I got Dino Francisconi, your fellow Californian.
Absolutely, Madera, California, the Francisconi brothers.
And there is your series sponsor.
Francisconi brothers.
Check out this old school Valvoline. I don't know if we got attention called to that last week, but I'm loving this kind of classic Cale Yarborough era Valvoline scheme.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
It's like a combination of the Mark Martin and Cale Yarborough look there.
That Cale Yarborough's a man's man right there. Tell you what.
That was one of his quotes, in a horse that can't be rode or a man that can't be throwed. Words to live by.
Here we go. 64 laps. The tires are a huge issue here. They go away fast, but it goes away the same for everybody. But you know, what you want is green flag runs. You want to be able to stay out there, either pit, undercut people, or hope for caution, timely cautions. But the main thing is execute, especially if you're more towards the back. Execute your pit stops. Don't get in the wreck, because any kind of damage here and your car is junk. You know, this right here is when your heart's a pitter-pattering, you know. Y'all been joking around on, now all these guys are in their team channels, and it's serious now, you know.
Absolutely. A lot of focus required, because with these flat corners and high speeds, that wall is an ever-present threat. As mentioned earlier, you knock the right side off the car, it's going to make a long night for you.
We got Dan Jones in the 007. Here, Dan, feeling them jitters right now?
Holy, I can't say that word. I'm way back here. 30 seconds. Spot.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Dan Jones, our in-race reporter, one of those guys taking the provisional slot. Starting in the back.
Wiped out in qualifying.
Oh, man. And you can see that impressive field rolling off pit road there. I left it on pit camera so you could just see how many cars we got taking the track tonight.
You can also watch this, you know, everything is archived in YouTube. You can watch it. All these drivers will definitely be watching it. Family. You know, we get so many live, and then, you know, we get some serious, numbers. So we're trying to get this out to people so it's funner and funner.
It's always funner and funner with Milty in the booth, guys.
I tell you, Milt's the man with Shawn. Beavis and Butthead. Which one's which?
That's cool.
Can I be Daria?
Yes.
There you go. She was the smart one.
I want to win.
Good luck, boys. I'll see you in a little while.
All right.
Okay, bud. Look, they're going to check up as you go farther back in the field. You got to get these restarts down, get this thing going without any problems. They're going to take it easy here. They've been instructed to in the driver's meeting. And,
yeah, but turn one looms large with this many cars and cold tires.
You have to go side by side. It's just the way it is.
All right, the Battle of the Beers will take us to the green flag here. Dan Irvine, Ken Hansen, Indianapolis, green flag. The flagman didn't wave the flag. Did you see that? Flagman didn't wave the flag
green.
here.
What the hell was he doing?
I don't know.
I think he was at the pre-race party with me and a couple other people. Maybe, might have had a few too many Budweisers. Mark DeCenza at third. He's one of the best I've ever seen at this track. And I've been
right off the
racing
bat,
against him, and this is his deal,
Right off the bat, we have the 90 car in the wall. Looks like he held on to it, though. No caution, but that's going to hurt his handling for the rest of the night.
And 4. I was wondering, where's the ticker at, man?
I tell you, I have to put it up after lap 2.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, because it doesn't display right
until
then.
You just told me that.
Man, I did.
I'm sorry. Far out, man.
And there we go. Now it's showing right. So I can put it up.
You took any flagman protest. There's a lot to say about politics, right?
Yeah, we are not.
We ain't about that.
You imagine a 10-foot pole in my hand, and imagine that 10-foot pole not touching it. Because we got a clean start to this race, which is a good thing when you're talking Indianapolis, because it can turn into a caution fest.
Dan Jones up to 24th. Or maybe he was there and just thought he was in 32nd. I don't know, but...
He declared himself, 30 seconds something when he started, right?
This is a great start. Everybody was, very clean, and away we go. Let's deal with this, Now you get in line, and... if you can find teammates, thing is, just Indianapolis is weird about drafting. Like Daytona, and it's got some serious speed down the back straightaway. But these cars don't draft as well at 180 as they do at 190. It's weird, So you don't get that big, huge draft like you get at Daytona.
Well, meanwhile, we got some past champions doing their challenge thing there with Slim Jim and Jordan Mcgregor. They're working their way up from the back. And I did confirm on my second screen here that Dan Jones started this race in 32nd. He's already up to 24th, like you said.
That's just so cool. It shows you the desire that these faster drivers want the product to be, they want to teach, and they want guys interested and give them a shot at going at it and get some good qualifying and starting up front and, see what that does for you. And the challenge of being clean, these guys walk the walk and they talk the talk. See Slim Jim Gately in 19th right now.
Plus just damn good TV.
And it's damn good TV, and they're Wes Dobbs looking good in the Burger King car.
I got him in a Phillips 66.
Well, Route 66 just got around the 2 car there.
Yeah, Ed Fowler and the number 2 Bojangles.
Mr. Bojangles dance. Got some bullseye on the bullseye here, and there's the 90 car of Matt Stewart taking a look too. Bill Yarbrough back in 21st position. Your champion, 30 of Folger's car, of Jordan Mcgregor, is P16 and moving up. That's the 59. Ryan lets him by. Or maybe not. Yeah, no, he's letting the 66 by too here.
I think he's trying to work his way around the 66, but gets passed back on the outside. Oh, up front, the 9 car. Just...
McGregor on Rick Castle in the 124 can't make it done, has to get back in line. You just hit a brick wall when you go out there. Believe me, I know.
Yeah, Mark descends into second, taking advantage of that hard smack to the wall by Ken Hansen.
Big cactus all over the youngster. Will Farmer, Steve Weber in the 83, do what he do and qualified pretty well there. And
couldn't quite complete it. And looks like now he's got Bill Farmer knocking on his door.
Let's look at last lap time for Will Farmer in the 95 Rusty's car. 52.7. Best lap 52.3. So we'll have to look at these other cars, but already 7 laps in, this thing is a cheese grinder, and these tires will go away quick, and you'll see these times drop. Coming out of these corners, they're so square. You wait on it, wait on it, wait on it. You got to get right by that line, but it's so easy to try to get a little too much. I mean, there's not much room there. You get down to the line, and you clip that curb.
Damn.
And crash.
You okay, Dan?
Yep. You see that? He blinked out for about 5 seconds. 10
No,
seconds.
no. What happened?
I know.
The 12, I think it was.
Did you get a piece of him or something?
Yeah, he came back in on my side and put me in the wall.
Oh no!
No caution.
That's everybody kept going straight, but that's one of the hazards of what we do here. You know, sometimes a bad connection on someone else's end can mess with you.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Oh well.
Brian Lamb.
And like you guys were saying, like you guys said at the beginning, you crush that side, and you're done.
You are. You have no speed whatsoever. Sorry,
hang on to it. Hope to catch a caution.
This, man. And you don't get the caution to try to get it fixed. So.
I know, right?
Well, if you hang around, you can probably catch one.
Brian Lamb, the Arm & Hammer Chevrolet there, putting the hammer down in P10, getting by Chet Barkin in the STP, the Racer's Edge, Pontiac. Old Spice car of Johnny Doucette running well in P9. That team really wants a good run on TV. They've had them in last year and want to continue to try to get on that podium. P7 TG Reese in the 332 car. We know him in the Skull Bandit. Ding. But he couldn't get his number right. That happens. Disconnect from the server over and over again. Pops Marguson, 63, 64. I don't know how old he is. He's the oldest guy in the league, I think.
I think currently, yes.
So this guy's a Trans Am champion, the Winston Cup champion, and he's still always in that top 10. I mean, he is fast. Always running that Scotch Blue Ford. Jeff Hale in the 29, cleaning some stuff up here with the Tide.
Oh goodness, I just found. Oh, we got Ken Hansen looking to get his spot back underneath Mark DeCenza. I just found the blink and resulting crash that Dan was talking about. We'll show this tough break for you here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Man, these leaders are going at it. Now you're talking 5:27.
Well, here's what ended Dan's night, unfortunately. You see the 12 car right in front of him.
I'll have to
He's
watch
gone.
Delay.
You can put up the Skype screen. He's back. Outside wall, but then the inside wall hit is even harder.
Yeah. Thank you.
And there you go.
I left a little window down, so.
That's why we did that.
You're so smart. So what? Windsor? Oh, the car around the 007. Oh wait, no, that's not right. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's look live here. Dumb. Dave Ellens in the 4 car. Last lap 52.7. Last lap 51.7. Now we're seeing almost a second a lap tire degradation. They don't have much left on these tires.
Yeah, they've been out there 12 laps. You can go about 18 to 20 around here. So I expect to see pit stop soon.
You're going to have huge,
tracts of land.
You're going to be slow. Pitch and paint there for Dave Ellens. Love that. What is that? 57 Chevy.
Yeah, he's got like a 57 or 55 grill on there.
That looks more like 55. I don't know. I'll have to. The heck do I know?
Let's get
My dad used to be able to look at those cars and go, bam, But he was alive then,
Yeah, that helps. That helps a lot. You see the front end there. It's either 55 or 57, like we said.
The beer can, the 2 beer boys got separated by the guy in the nice jeans, and he's a coming. I've been in that position where the 9 is, where you qualify good and then you kind of go back a little bit, but you have to refocus. Each one of these runs end up different, and execute your pit stop, because we're looking at having some green flag pit stops.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're in the next.
Oh, I just changed it. Yeah.
In the next 5 laps or so, I'd expect them to see them come in, assuming it stays green. Got some tight battles back here with Slim Jim still working through the field. Ryan Johnson in front of him, his teammate and our series admin. Wes Dobbs starting to fall back from these guys. Bill Farmer hanging tough there in the 06 car. Steve Weber. Chet Barkin, another rough start, already a lap down.
I think a lot with Chet is he's having computer issues.
We thought we had that licked. It turned out that he was running it in 4K, and this game just didn't like that, so he dropped it down to 1440, and it seemed okay for a bit. He's got a powerful graphics card, but this is a really old game, and it doesn't know what to do with all that power.
Looks like the 27 spotter, when he's come up on well, no, he texted a bunch like leaders coming up, please let me by. So his spotter is definitely watching for lap traffic, and of course Chet, a veteran, he's going to get out of the way clean.
Yeah, and this is one of the easier tracks to get out of the way on too. You just kind of float it up high and let them by on the low side, or if they catch you on the straightaway, you just drop to the bottom.
This is a big, serious statement run for the 09 of Brian Lamb.
That's fine, Lamb out there.
He is to be in the top 9, top 10 right here. He's got Pops Markson all over him, and taking a look, that thing's going to stall out, and he gets back in line with no help from behind. Even 2 cars sometimes can't make that pass.
Yeah, but one car trying to pass 3, a car that's in line with 2 others, it's just not happening.
Indy cars are way, draft way better here. Big old bricks, it's not so much.
Yeah, and these are the truck physics, so they're even bigger bricks. But yeah,
nothing on the scanner.
I was going to say, keep an eye on that scanner, because
got to be coming.
I'd say in the next lap or 2, you're going to start seeing them come in.
Do your math. 18 laps gives you, if this goes green, gets you in the ballpark of 64.
In fact, we do have a car on pit road now. I'm not sure who that is.
Matt Watkins down pit road.
Matt Watkins leaving his pit stall.
To go.
You see, that's just a huge, slow drive down this enormous pit road at 55 miles per hour, but it's still torturous.
Brad Otto, yeah. Brad Otto, sorry, Brad Watkins.
Brad Watkins. Hey, man, I think he'd take that. If you could get a little of that Watkins magic along with
Brad
that.
Otto. Okay, now we got the leader pitting this lap, the 27, Dan Irvine. Go down pit road with your leader. Got Mark DeCinza all over him. They come through this short chute, turn 3, and now turn 4. When you come off, you go in a straight line and then brake hard. Downshift hard. Love to get that in car. And boy, they get over and they get right to 55. They're great stops. Brian Lamb also pits behind. Let's watch the 27 go down pit road, the Miller High Life.
Yeah, we're on him there on the right side.
This is your leader.
Let's go on board with the 29 for his pit stop.
Number 1 stall. You got everything in your advantage here. You were leading the race. Execute. No pressure. 55 miles an hour. That's faster than they're usually used to having to slide into their stalls. Usually you got 45 on the cookie cutters. Most of the tracks we run here.
Yeah, it's only the big tracks like Michigan, California, and of course the super speedways that are 55. Some of the super speedway series tracks we run on Tuesday nights, those will be up in 70. And here comes Jeff Hale on board with the 29 Tide ride. Beautiful pit entry there for Jeff.
Yeah, great job there.
You see on the right. You see on the right, Dan Irvine coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, he's slideways and saves it.
And you have to get it down the second gear and then look down. Sim racing, you have the advantage. You don't have an attack. You got miles per hour, but you still have to look up or down wherever you position that on your F screen to make sure, or in your right-hand corner to make sure you don't speed.
Man, did you see that Tokyo drift on the 27?
33 exiting pit road and that Lowe's ride. Nice. Hey, Keith's a hell of a driver, man. He's got to be saying 33rd. Wow, man, you know.
You got the 9 car coming in.
I'm telling you that if I got in today, that's where I'd be back in the rear with the gear.
Well, Danny Falcon's back out there tonight, right? And let's see where he's running.
That's my dog, Danny. And we had some heated battles when we weren't teammates. Now we are teammates, so it's great to see him back and just totally immersing himself in sim racing right now. John the Dog Palmer, that AMC Spirit leaving pit road. The Black Cats, the Black Cat on the hood.
You see, there is Danny Falcon pulling out of the pits right now in that number 20 car. He is currently listed in the 30th spot, but we'll see where that cycles through to after these pit stops are all done.
Danny's a champion and one of these best high-speed racing, and we used to call him, Danny Falcon, the outside line guy or whatever, because
that's creative.
He no, actually, I can't remember what we called him, but it wasn't good because he was we were racing against him, and he could use that outside line with the physics of this game, especially the old tracks that not like the BR tracks that have
extra grip.
Extra grip on the outside. He could still use that outside line and get a launch like anybody, like, back in that day, Hooch, man, I can't remember, Dave. There were some great drivers in the history of this league.
I tell you, the 27 and the 3 absolutely nailed that pit stop, and they have broken away.
I'm gonna need like Jim Ray to remind me, what the heck was his name, man?
Look at that, the 3 and the 27 are 2.3 seconds up on Jeff Hale. And that's what they gained by coming in first and nailing the stop.
Now you're seeing cars spread out. And that's curtains, because you still get a draft, Just can't pass anybody, but that draft still pulls you along. That's, they need a caution.
Yeah, they need it desperately, or the 3rd through 6th place cars need to bunch it up and try and gang up on these guys if they can.
Alex
Slim Jim
comes
there.
out at 25th, at least till it recycles. They're in a group there with Alex Jarvie, Bill Yarborough, the 40 of Kristofferson.
Slim Jim up to 12.
Wes Dobbs. This is great racing, and the 31 of Brad Otto, U.S. Marines. 1, 2, 3, 4, United States Marine Corps.
You see on the right side there, the Professor Slim Jim Gately in the 23 has worked his way up to 12th spot, with Matt Watkins in 11th right in front of him.
California, and he has had some. Well, we can't spill the beans yet, but let's just say he's hooked us up with some swag that we might be shown in the next couple weeks. We'll
yeah, stay tuned.
just leave it at that. And when you see us on camera, we might be swagging out here. Thank you, Brad. So, and he's battling for 21st. See what's going on above them, how far back. If you're in a pack like that, you still got a chance to catch another pack. Depends how these guys drive, how close they stay together, if they battle. Looks like this pack right in front of them, you need about 1.5.
1.4.
1.4 to stay in that draft of a car. And that's seconds, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 1.4, as long as you have a tail draft, that's where you can close in on. If you don't have a tail draft, don't let them more than 0.6 ahead of you. Because they'll start growing and they'll eventually lose it.
Bill Farmer kind of falling back a little bit from the 59.
Yellow flag in the air.
There's a yellow. What a great green flag run. Now everything changes. Even with a few laps on like this, I'd get 4 tires, wouldn't even miss. 4 tires, that's it. This is Indy. Unless you're like in 24th place and you want to make some track position, then 2 tires might be your. In fact, there's probably a lot of guys that actually are considering this. How many laps did we have? I didn't keep track.
So we had about 5 to 8 laps.
Yeah, and that's considerable. So
yeah, you want tires. There's nobody will stay out. Nobody will take 2 on this one. Let's see if we can find the caution though.
If you're desperate and you want some TV time, you stay out, bro. Go for it. Dan Jones, what's up, bud?
Hey, just had to take a breather, and yeah, watching this race. That's the first caution, right?
It is. For some reason, I'm gonna have to exit on my main computer to reset the flag status.
They're all lined up down pit road.
Doesn't that look pretty?
The pit roads are real here, and you cannot make contact. You can't drive through a driver like other games and sims. So everything has to be executed perfectly.
Here is the source of our caution. It's Chet Barkin, several laps down, and he just gets loose here behind the 92. Loops it right in front of the 12. 12 catches the wall. He gets it going straight again, but not before the caution comes out.
Gandry, great stop. Pops had to go around him. That was good, but, he's going to lose some time there. Dave Owens looking pretty good. Here comes the 29 of Jeff Hale. Did he get 2 tires or not? He moves up. Let me take a look at that. I got to look at that.
I see that Dan Irvine came out first out of that with Jeff Hale behind him and the number 9 Ken Hansen.
Let me go back and see what the Tide crew did here. And if that's the case, then I saw McGregor move up and there was contact with the 3.
Drivers, to your cars.
No, that was 4 tires for the 29. So, yeah, you guys were right. There was no shenanigans there, just a great pit stop. The other guys took it a little conservative. I think the 29 really, you can't let your guard down no matter, even if it's under caution. You got to execute to win these races. Got the lap down car of John the Dog Palmer.
All right, I fixed the flag problem, hopefully. As you see, the yellow light is back on the ticker.
John will stay out in the 108. As we got lap down cars pitting now. I mean, at P19, what he's doing here is he knows he can pit the next lap. He's got nothing to. He's going to try to get a lap lead, and he is in P1, and that's team points for Black Cat Racing.
Well, we
That's
don't
what
count those anymore, but
They don't? Oh, no kidding.
no. Only on the Sunday Black Cat Aero 88 series,
Oh,
which
no
John the
kidding.
Dog Palmer is
Well, then he's getting
adminning
some
and
TV
tracking
time,
those
yeah.
points. Yeah, he's got that AMC up front there, picking up some Dave Marcus points.
Maybe he's just going to stay out and go for it. Why not?
You know what? If he can get out there and say get another 5-lap run, get another caution, and pick up some track position, he knows he's going to get passed. In fact, that's his teammate Dan Irvine right there behind him.
I'm sure it's very colorful and I'll use that word.
In fact, he's got two.
Their team channel's got to be a friggin' riot. Man.
Yeah, Dog in the 108, Dan Irvine in the 27, and that 9 car of Ken Hansen. Those are all teammates, so you know they're gonna work together. Check out Jordan McGregor. Jordan McGregor works his way up to
he
fifth
was
spot
another
now.
one I saw when I rewinded that really got some spots under caution on pit road. God,
I was back there in 32nd. Slim Jim was right beside me, and he's up to 14th.
Yeah,
and he's just picked them off one at a time, kept the car clean.
Matt Watkins, I think he's up to 11th. So the boys are starting in the back this year. So
yeah, we noticed you picked up like 6 spots on the first lap.
Yeah, I was trying to follow Slim Jim, and he got about 9 spots that first lap.
Yeah, so if you just didn't have that bad luck, you'd be right up there with them. So
yeah, I was following them in practice quite a bit, those boys, and that's the way to learn. Get them in practice.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks where you got to find that balance between using the tires and keeping the speed up. And then here, Dog will duck in and pit. He got his Dave Marcus point, and he's going to come get 4 freshies and fuel.
Well, Dog, just a good friend. We text all the time. Most of it you can't repeat on.
Dog? No.
Well, I would say that's probably for both of us, Yeah,
and the lights are off.
And glad he's running tonight. I hope he, keeps feeling good. Paralyzed for 43 years in that chair. Has to stay home. It's tough, dude is definitely my hero.
I forgot the story of how he did get paralyzed. Was it a car accident?
Sort of. It was a fall. I'll leave that to him to tell if he wants to.
Yeah. Don't really know for sure. So he drives with hand controls, brake, and gas, and a specially built steering wheel. When he first started at FSB, all he had was a stinking Microsoft, and mine had failed me because I used to abuse those things. Because when I drive, these newer wheels like this G27, I have it's put up with a lot, and I've mellowed out on the wheel a little bit, but
still works. How many years
later? But he sent me a wheel that was his, and it had like a little throttle control that I was like, this guy races with this,
By the way, your lucky dog this time around will be Dino Francesconi in the number 8 car. You see Chet Barkin pulling up to line up on the inside. He is 2 laps down. Kevin Mays 1 lap down. Should be behind him unless he got himself a penalty as well.
Dino, Madera, California, construction worker.
Dino, of course, the brother of Den Francesconi, who has never took the start. Okay, he put a qualifying lap up, but didn't take the start tonight. And pace car is off, and Dan Irvine will lead us back to green with Jeff Hale chasing, Ken Hansen, Jordan McGregor, and Mark DeRocket DeSenza with Will McQueen Farmer behind him.
Whoa!
Look at that Will Farmer giving that Mark DeSenza.
The 18 of Shane Pittman. Great job by him and gosh, I missed that. I think 92 of Kevin Mays took evasive action sideways in turn 1, and he went way to the back. But that was That could have been disaster right there. I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
I'm watching here to see what happened with
It's caught
Champion.
down in the corner
Oh,
line.
wow. Okay, I think I saw what you're talking about here.
Almost contact, but they did a great job.
Well, here we have it. There's 18 taking the restart behind John the Dog Palmer. We got Danny Falcon there. Kevin Mays in the 92 gets way loose.
Oh, Brad Otto
Wow.
over the grass sideways. Did a little marine excavation and no harm, no foul, except he goes backwards.
That's just field maneuvers there, Milty.
That's doing the cutting the lawn, baby.
Oh my goodness, Tom Jackson in the chat saying he's had his MS Sidewinder since the early 90s after his Mad Cats springs broke. Does Mad Cats even still make stuff?
Dude, I had a Mad Cats, 2 of them, and I broke both of them. That was PlayStation 1, dude. That's my first
Everyone broke their
experience.
Mad Cats. That's what Mad Cats did. They broke.
Well, yeah. I even let my dad drive it once. Brought my PlayStation 1 to his house. He's like, what the hell is this? You know?
Hanson giving a challenge to Jeff Hale there.
Yeah, he's looking low, but can't quite seal the deal. Now Jordan McGregor looking to take advantage and can't quite get in there. Yeah, this is bunched the field back up. A lot of guys.
Battles all over the field. Ryan Johnson in the 124 Rick Castle, the Crown Royal car, taking a look at T.G. Reese. No Nintendo.
Yeah, TG Reese in that purple default car tonight. Got Pops Marguson looking to move around the lap car of Chet Barkin. He'll bring TG right along with him.
This could be the chance for the cars behind, but then they have to negotiate Chet also, so. Everything about these races change every time you have a caution. You come back out, you have to refocus, regroup, and deal with what you got to deal with. And these guys are getting by, and that, like I said, that gives Rick Castle a look. He tries, but ifs a little bit. Ryan Johnson down below, trying to upset the air of the 124 a little bit. Chet just scrapes the wall.
And so did the 332. There was a pretty solid smack to the wall by the 332 of TG Reese. And by the way, we are at the halfway mark. I think if someone saves enough fuel, they can make this on one stop if we go green the rest of the way.
Ryan Johnson, he's favored in that area.
Ryan Johnson makes fuel as he drives, so he's definitely one that can factor into.
He's got wider, fatter, bigger fuel lines than everybody else, I swear to God.
Absolutely.
Well, he's an auto body guy, so he's got the hookups.
Ken Shea in the 91 in 14th.
Something we haven't talked about tonight there.
Multiple winner. Just trying to find some track position here up against Kristofferson.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Jim Kristofferson much tonight, but he's another very talented driver out there in that number 40 Western Auto Machine, bringing Ken Shea along with him as he tries to run down Slim Jim. It looks like Ken Shea's going to take a look going into turn 1 here.
He wants to get up to Slim, and Jim gives him the spot.
Jim gives it up, yep.
Very good racecraft right there.
Oh, 90 gets loose here.
Jordan Nine's going backwards.
Mark just ends up passing on the outside. Everybody's going by him.
Yeah, he's out of line. Oh, whoa, no!
Oh, no, the Will Farmer.
Huge wreck on the backstretch.
Everyone slow down. Cars around.
Keep it down there, boys. Keep it down. Keep it down. Oh,
Farmer,
man.
Farmer gets going, and the other guys don't.
Yeah, Farmer hit the wall hard, though.
Yeah, he definitely took some damage in that. He was way out of shape. Obviously, caution on the track here. Some front runners and a big wreck there that I'm guessing was all just the end result of that 9 getting loose and getting shuffled back. We'll rewind it and see exactly what happened here.
Yeah, I'm rewinding with y'all here.
So 9 gets a little loose, is what I see, and causes a little bit. Everybody wants to get by him.
Of course, because you want to pounce on
He
the
tries
blood
to
in the
block
water.
back in. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Farmer
His
doesn't like
spotter,
that.
did he tell him he was clear? I don't know, but
Oh, he was
did
clear.
Not, he did not. So Will came up on him and got into him. Then I guess that.
We'll take it back to
Going to
when
the
Ken was here
helicopter.
behind the 29 and just go from there.
Nothing we say is official, obviously.
Obviously. Milt, if you want to bring your Skype screen up. Milt, if you look at your Skype screen, you'll
I'm a
see the same thing
driver.
as me right now. So here he is behind the 29, going into 1, looks low.
I'm gonna watch it delayed this time.
Okay, you can always look at the Skype screen.
Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah,
That's it.
9 shouldn't have gone up in front of him.
Oh yeah, we'll pass.
I've been wrong.
Okay,
That's
so
the
there's the
thing. If
loose.
you're not clear, you have to give that spot up. But
There's the loose. He
was
saves
expecting
that.
a little love there, maybe, because
Well, they
this
work
is
together,
earlier
right?
in the race. It's
Great job saving it initially, and then
woo!
Those two do work together, so maybe he was just giving him a friendly tap to get him going again.
Yeah, it could be too.
Yeah. So I know those guys
I think
practice a lot together.
Will might be okay actually after all this. Let's get another look at another angle here.
This car
He hit 3 times at the front
crashing,
end.
but no wall contact severely, except for Will. So
Let's swat right on board Will's machine here and see what he saw. So he's looking at that outside, and okay, so yeah, there was that hesitation. So 9 started to move up. Will started to duck down when the 9 moved up. 9 thought better of it, decided to hold the low line, and looks like Will just got caught up in that fake out. Yeah, that's probably some heavy right side damage for the
I
95.
don't think Will had any choice there. He was,
No,
at
it was
that
a
point,
bang bang
you're-
play, like a.
You're flat out there. Your foot's to the floor, and that wiggle of the 9 when he came back up, he had lost momentum, and it's like, and that's all the time you have. Now we got these guys come down pit road. Well, actually, I'm behind here, so, and they're exiting pit road. Well, it's a good time for a Budweiser spot. For all you do, this Bud's for you. I'll be back.
Looks like Dave Jandry, Ken Hansen, obviously Will Farmer, and the 115 of Dave Ellens all caught up in that. Somebody retired on the spot. Looks like the 51 of Dave Ellens retired on the spot after being caught up in that wreck.
Will didn't spend too much time in the pit. Maybe, 18 seconds? What's an average pit stop here?
Average pit stop's about 16 seconds, so 18's kind of one of those bang bang, go at it kind of stops.
He may have had his brakes on hard and saved it.
He definitely caught some heavy outside wall contact there. You're not wrong about that. Meanwhile, Highwayman Jim Kristofferson has moved himself up nicely here.
Jim was having a rough night last night, warping in and out.
Yeah, he was. He was on a Wi-Fi last night.
He's back plugged in now, is he?
I don't know. But I told him, yeah, it doesn't matter how good your Wi-Fi is, this game wasn't designed to work on it. And you will warp pretty badly if you're on Wi-Fi. I mean, my second screen here is on Wi-Fi, the second computer, but it's not racing. It's just watching cars race, so it's fine. It's the down throughput is fine. It's something about the uplink when you're on Wi-Fi is just not a good situation.
Hey, how do you get to each accident again? I forgot that button.
It's if you're behind it in time, Alt 6 on the number pad.
Alt 6.
But you got to be behind it in the replay.
Okay. It takes you to the next one. And then
Next
the next.
incident. Now that often shows you people smacking the wall. Sometimes it shows you pulling into the pits.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to do that with when I was an admin. And
No, I still do that when I'm an admin. In fact, I have to do the review from Texas last night. I haven't gotten to it yet. shouldn't be too hard. It was a pretty clean race.
You like those?
Not like that Charlotte debacle.
Well,
it was
it
something like
happens.
16
Steve McQueen
cautions.
said it can happen to you, and then it can happen to you again. Well, look at this.
We got Ken Hansen back up front.
Oh, I'm up into the P10 right now. Snap yourself into a Slim Jim.
And cream rises to the top, as always. Man, the right side of that 9 car doesn't look pretty, though. Let me tell you, I can see some serious
The
potato
beer
chipping
can
going on
is
there.
crushed there.
Oh, he's gonna come into the pits. Okay.
You know, my dad used to sling Coors back in the day when he raced back east. Fill up his motor with cases of Coors and drive to, you know, like back east. It was actually illegal back then, you know. I don't know if he sold it. I think he pretty much gave it away. It's just beer, you know.
That's pretty much what Smokey and the Bandit was about, right? Smuggling Coors.
He loved that movie, except he was you know, driving a Cortez motorhome with about, you know, 10 or 15 cases maybe, you know, but still quite a bit. You'd have to walk by him to get into the bathroom, you know.
Oh, we got the lights off.
Cortez motorhome the other day in Santa Cruz.
Lights off on the FSB pace car with Dan Irvine about ready to lead us back to green here.
How about Jim Kristofferson up to P4, has executed all night. You know, we've seen glimpses of what he can do. He has you know, a career that's impressive, and he wants to show that here at FSB tonight. And that guy in front of him, the 3 car, I'd probably follow him. Jeff Hale has just worked it all night. At great pit stops. Now he's up front there, but he's still got the 27 who's pretty much dominated this race. Excuse me.
Yeah, and give a call there to the 58 of Johnny Doucette, too, hanging in there with those guys. 6th spot with the GOAT, Matt Watkins, right behind him in that number 15 Pac-Man machine.
Now it's going to get interesting.
And Milty Will's saying in chat, we can pull him up under the next caution if you want to. If we catch one. Just keep that in mind.
Pull up who?
Will Farmer.
Oh, okay. Yep. Gotcha.
All right, pace car about to duck off, and we're going to take this thing back to green, hopefully for the last time tonight. Thinking green thoughts here. Looking for more green flag stops and a green flag finish.
Restarts aren't bad here if you're in the front. The farther you get back, there's more. If somebody just misses it a little bit, you lose a huge amount of time right away.
Yeah, that accordion effect is real. And Jeff Hale is right on the 27's bumper, aggressively looking, going into turn 1, thinks better of it. Jordan Mcgregor trying to work the outside
Mcgregor around the outside. And outside. Really gets a run sideways in that Folger car on the outside and powers by the 40 car.
And yellow's back in the air already.
And yellow is out. Kidding me? That was a grown man move right there. Oh, and a little scrape from Johnny Doucette. 5 fingers against the wall there. His hand's going to hurt.
Oh, I think our caution may have had something to do with... Oh my goodness. Okay, I found it.
Cautions breed cautions. Look, you want to get on the podium, you know, at FSP racing on Friday night.
Well, here it is.
Win the damn thing.
The 92 car here, Kevin Mays, doesn't get a good start here into turn 1, gets kind of loose. Oh no, there was stack up in front of him. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. So he reacts to cars in front of him. Chet Barkin and Ken Hansen both collect him, but ahead of him,
Looks like
he had
he's
Shane Pittman.
disconnected, so I think he's done. 92.
Looks like Shane Pittman was
Oh
in the
my
grass.
gosh.
Oh wow, this is where it really started. This is what I was talking about. Alt 6 not always being reliable there, Dan.
Okay.
So here's where it really started. It was Shane Pittman here in the 18. He goes into the grass. That causes a stack up. Dog, how did Dog miss that? Dennis Francisconi jams the brakes. Bill Farmer jammed the brakes, but then Kevin Mays, the 9 and the 68, they all catch the worst end of that.
Oh
I believe Kevin Mays retired thinking he had 2, but I can't really. Oh, there it was. He had the black smoke of death from his engine. That's why he retired.
Yeah, the 92 was blowed up. And more. Hopefully he comes. Good thing it's not real. Oh, yeah, he saw it. And so you're so on the edge right there. He saw it. He went, oh, snap. And then that's exactly what his car did. It snapped and went, left, right, hard into the wall. And that's it. And then rolling like a bowling ball, and then crashing like a bowling pin. He done. Let's see if we can grab Wolf Farmer here.
I got him.
Got him. Wolf Farmer, driver of the 95 car. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, tough break there, getting caught in that thing in the backstretch. Looks like he just kind of had a head fake situation, and you guys got crossed up.
It was a bet that I made with myself that didn't pay off. It's one of those racing things. I knew he was loose. I knew he didn't really have control of his car, and I tried to go low. I probably, looking back, should have just backed off, but I tried to go low, pick up a spot. It's so hard to pass here. I figured every spot counts. I got to try to get it, and I don't think he meant to do anything intentional. I think his car was just loose. He was.
What it looked like to us was, he was recovering from that looseness, and then as the cars were passing him, he thought he had a hole to get up in front of you, and then looks like he thought better of it as you started to dock low. So it looks like you both kind of head faked each other there and got tangled up. Just a racing deal. So how's the car? It looks like you didn't hit too hard and didn't spend much time on pit road.
I didn't hit too hard, and I don't feel like I have any nose damage. I can't see any.
You've definitely got right side.
Yeah, and I think I have some rear as well, a little frowny face.
Looks like someone's got a frowny face.
Yeah, that's me. And, but I don't know. I wanted to see how it would run here, but I was like, man, I could retire, but we got 32 drivers still on the track right now. I know your standings board doesn't show it, but we got 32
I haven't expanded it yet. I should do that. Well, I just don't have the time. I'm looking at your rear bumper. I see some daylight in there. Your spoiler's a little potato chipped.
Yeah, it's a little crunched up.
Your nose looks good, though, like you said. So I'd just be careful of snap looses. I guess the right side damage probably cancels out the rear end damage.
Well, this car is pretty tight already, so if I get a little looseness, I'll actually be kind of happy.
Main thing is your straightaway speed,
Yeah, I think it'll reduce some straightaway speed.
Yeah, you gotta stay tucked in between two cars, basically, to keep up to speed.
It's definitely gonna kill you, because that's the only place you're getting a pass here is on these straightaways.
And you're gonna definitely get past.
You got your teammate that's 25 in front of you.
Yep, he's the lead outsider right now, and I think I'm just going to try to stay out here. There's no point of leaving. I still have so many guys behind me. I can't leave that easy.
Well, your dad got through that last one there. I thought he was doing okay.
Yeah, I think he got in a little incident earlier, but there was no caution, and he didn't hit the wall or anything, just scrubbed a lot of tires, and that really pushed him back in track position. And as for Ed Fowler, yeah, I don't really know where he is.
Hell, I see him now. He's behind Pops.
Yeah, he's behind
about
Pops.
10th or 12th here.
He's in P14.
Yeah, 14. There you go.
I didn't see him up there. Good for him.
Yeah, he's run a solid race and decent pit stops. They would like to do better there in that area, I'm sure.
Yeah, we were really trying to hit our pit stops today because of just how hard it is to pass, and pit road will really help. And my first 2 stops I had were pretty good, especially my one with Jordan there. I was pretty proud of. Me and Jordan came in together, came out right on top of each other, and that was great. And Following Jordan was good. I was able to stay behind his tires, tracks, and learn a thing or two. And
he's
just
P3 right now. And,
I'm sure he
P4.
started in the rear. Just letting you know, he started in.
He started in the rear
35th.
along with Matkins and Slim, and they are all up front there, or have been up front.
Those guys are something else.
Well, you know what's so what I respect is how guys can move up without having to make contact with somebody.
Right.
They do it by skilled racing. It's professional league, man, and they're showing that not just by volunteering to start in the back, but then by executing and putting on a show at the end.
Yeah.
Looks like the whole field
that's
just
great
dumped
stuff,
me there
man.
going into pit road. That wasn't very nice of them. Wish I would have been in that conference call, but
Oh man,
my crew
ooh.
chief didn't tell me what everybody else was doing. So
They're not quite in the window there. I think that's what they're thinking. They're probably just trying to set themselves up for a splash and go to finish this if it goes green.
Kristofferson, AC Delco Chevrolet.
Well, Will, what is the window tonight? It's about 18 to 20, right?
He is
it's about
clutching.
18 to 20. I'm showing 17 right now since we ran those couple laps there. And actually, they might be okay.
Yeah, those
for a
guys
splash
topping
and
off,
go.
if they're aggressive on the fuel saving, they might be able to do it.
Yep, they might, because I'm showing one can right now, 17 projected, 22 to go with 18 gallons in the fuel tank. So those couple extra gallons may pay off for those guys. It's too late now for me. I am in the rear.
Well, your bed is made.
If you're in the rear, maybe you should clutch a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to save this many laps. If I pitted, that might be a different story.
Well, you
but
see
who knows?
Okay.
That Valvoline Buick there of the 06, that'd be your dad. He seems to be one of those that pitted, so... And he didn't key you in there.
They're clutching under caution, obviously. And this is a track you can clutch.
The lights are off.
You really
That's
needed
for
to
sure.
practice it, but as we get ready to go green...
Lights are off.
talk
Pace
more
cars
about
in
that.
turn 4. We're about to take this back to green. Thanks for joining us, Will Farmer. Good luck
guys.
recovering from your little misfortune there, and we'll talk to you later, man.
Yep, I hope all the viewers here like the stream, share it with your friends, all that fun stuff. And we're going to get back to racing here and put on a good show.
All
See
right,
you
we're
guys.
having fun, bud. Thanks.
Buddy.
All right, pace car
Love
ducks
that
off.
guy.
Dan Irvine, Jeff
What's not to
Hale,
love?
Mark DeSenza, Jordan McGregor, and the Highwayman, Jim Kristofferson.
All
Leading us back to green
night
here on lap 44.
long. 27, Miller, High Life, Buick, dominating this race. And Mr. Super Speedway, you don't want him behind you, and that 29 is showing some, vintage Jeff Hale skills tonight. And when he's up on the wheel and he's got a chance to win anything, and he's obviously going for it.
I tell you couldn't put a sheet of paper between the 12 and the wall there on that restart, but looks like he kept it off. And Jeff Hale's looking for the lead going into turn 3 here. Oh, there's contact in the 27. Dan Irvine hard around. Collects Kristofferson. McGregor.
DeSenza ends up the lead. Matt Watkins is
Ken
behind.
Shea, who had moved up, missed that, slammed on the brakes. The 91, we know what he can do. I think he just dodged a bullet. Now,
Slim Jim in third.
Kristofferson beat up big time.
Oh, we're going to bring that
They're
back
not
up for
playing,
replay.
they're not playing, but at the same time, I'm sure they didn't want that, But,
No, they certainly did not, but man, there
and
are a
the
lot
wipe
of...
out the front of the field. This is
Oh, the two of Ed Fowler is pouring the black smoke of death out the back of that car
Come
as he
on,
rolls.
son, get out of that car.
He's rolling the Bojangles machine down pit road one last
Mr.
time tonight.
Bojangles.
Jeff Hale retired on the spot.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we'll bring it up here on replay, and
Ouch.
we'll let you guys draw your own
Analyze the heck
conclusions.
out of it.
Here he is starting P2 right behind Dan Irvine in the 27. Backs him up a little bit through 1 and 2 to try and build this run down the backstretch with 2 teammates behind him.
Yes, we'll just leave that for the viewers to decide.
And we'll see them going into turn 3 here. He makes a late look underneath 27.
Ouch.
And I'd say he could have been a bit lower.
Yes.
But
Well, the
Looks like
27, when you're on the outside there, you only have so far you can go when you know a car is going to attack you down low. So you have the whole, you know, we are unofficial, just broadcasters and drivers. But yeah, I think he had to back out of it and stay down lower. But you know, really, you know, you can analyze it, but to make it happen, another story. Obviously, he didn't want to do that, and showing the you know, the return to prominence of the 29.
well, here's on board.
I don't know. I'm in the helicopter right now with Shawn. What do you think in the helicopter there, Shawn?
I haven't gotten to the helicopter. I'm watching on board with Ed Fowler to see what he saw, and he just... Oh, he got hit from behind. That's what killed the 02. I'm sorry, the 2 car. Ed Fowler. He was pretty much stopped and then got hit as his car is piled in. Oof, that is brutal.
It's a little different view up here. It could have been a 50-50 there.
Man, the man of
It's
all
a tough call.
trades. We got Dan Jones from the race car to the helicopter. I mean, this guy's earning his money tonight.
Yeah, it looks like a racing deal there. It's tight racing.
Exactly. I mean, you could psychoanalyze it.
Both
Yeah.
Professionals. Both don't want that to happen.
There it is in slow motion on the
now I'm
helicopter.
watching it, with a different view. Yeah, totally.
Thanks for joining me
Okay,
up the
watch it.
helicopter.
Oh, yeah, now I'm
You
on
guys
There you
take up
go.
your helicopter to get up to my
That is
helicopter?
just such a tiny touch, too. But
Yes.
at 140 in the corner, I mean,
Hale wanted it. He could taste it. He was there, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, I know that feeling. And I did that to Matt Watkins in the 8500 with my teammates going, "You're not going to hit him, right?" No way, man. I'm not going to win like that, you know. I'll finish second. I'm good, you know. And I wrecked him. You get excited.
yes, the brain.
These guys, pro sim racers, you know,
Well.
don't do this and aren't this good without a ton of practice and a ton of desire to have, you know, to have fun and race well, you know, on a great simulation.
Well, this,
Stood the test of time.
as they say, changes everything. Everybody can make it from here.
Yes,
Everybody
sirree.
pitted, that is. Alex Jarvie, I think some of those cars who topped off that last time, I think they're the ones who stayed out here. You got Alex Jarvie in the 89, John the Dog Palmer in the
And the
108, 58,
Johnny
the 60, the
said,
20, the
he's
18, the
clunky.
91. These guys are all out in front
Wow.
of the previous
Because
leaders.
they were close, dude. You know,
I've seen people win this way before.
I think your teammates with one of them.
Danny
Yep.
Falcon, about a month back in the sim racing, he's racing with us over in the other gig, and
He's
also
got a pretty
racing
sweet.
here, and he's got him a rig, and
He's got a sweet
guy's
rig.
a-
He posting pictures of it and everything.
this guy's a champion, but he's raced like a champion, which means he's come back and been very humble and you know, just getting his feet wet. But knowing this guy and racing against him, when he feels like he's full strength, he's going to race you hard. He is not. We've had, you know, we're teammates now, but back in the day, we had a few discussions, you know.
Well, Alex Jarvie's feeling good after his Bristol win in the trucks 2 weeks ago.
That
He's
dude's
got the
on
point.
Fire, man. Holy crap.
He's on the point. He can smell it. He can taste it. I've been in this situation before. I hope he doesn't push too hard for it, but I'm going to take this opportunity for a quick pit stop of my own and be back in time for the green flag.
I'll take your place while you're gone.
Hey, we got
Eddie
Eddie Fowler. Man.
Fowler.
Tough luck, bro.
Shake and
Yay.
bake, dude.
Yeah, wasn't nothing I could do. I had it stopped with no damage, and I just knew we were going to. Everybody was going to pile up there. There's nowhere for anybody to go.
He didn't slingshot, baby. He didn't slingshot.
I couldn't engage it.
No,
You
that's
got
tough
like
luck, man.
1001, and then you're running into something. So that's about as much time as you got to make a decision. You know. So Ed, though, you ran well all night. I mean, you got to take that. You know, top 10 all night. You got to take that in your pipe and smoke it. You know, because that's what you get from these races. It's things you can't control. You can't control, but what you can't control is running well, and you did that tonight in the Bojangles car.
Yeah, this is not my favorite place. I've always had problems coming off of turn 2 and turn 4 with the right momentum. So I'm not overly.
Well, that's Indy, yeah.
I know. I'm not overly unhappy with it, but it is what it is.
Absolutely. So, your teammates, where are we sitting here? What's this chatter on the team channel?
They got damaged, both of them. Bill was trying to do some of that pit strategy to be up front, you know, on the next stop, and he got some damage on that last wreck. Got hit, so that took him out. Will's beat up pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I saw
I mean,
you were
well.
probably okay, and then you got hit from behind there, and that would seem to be the terminal shot on the Bojangles machine there.
I flipped it up to damage real quick. That's because I knew I was going to hit him to see if I'd gotten any, and I didn't have any damage until I got that hit. I'd scrubbed the wall and kind of just nosed him a little bit because Dan was completely across the track. I had nowhere to go.
Yeah, I mean, when the wreck happens literally up front, positions 1 and 2 getting into it, I mean, everyone's going to pile in, so that's just a bad spot to be in, but we appreciate you coming up to join us fresh out of the infield care center there.
I didn't go there.
Flaunting the rules.
Where's the beer at, man?
That's right.
Oh, we got the green flag about to drop here for an 89 of Alex Jarvie. This should be interesting. We can make it to the finish.
You got mixtures of all kinds of strategy that I'm not even sure of, but I think we got.
Oh, Mark DeSenza's loose through turn 1. And Matt Watkins looking underneath.
He's got 4 tires, and these guys behind him, these other guys don't. I think.
Shane Pittman up there. Woo! He got a little loose too, and then almost stacked up these fast guys.
The
3
car really struggling out of the box, but he had to take a chance there, and great TV time for Shane Pittman in the 18, but he's going to get freight trained right here.
Yeah, 3, the 15, 23, 30, they're all hooked up, and they are looking to
get
up for... Oh, wow!
Oh!
Johnny D's going for the lead.
There he is. Johnny got around the 108, and now he's going straight to the front.
5 fingers.
He won for the 58 car. How about that?
Dennis Balsar also making his return lately. He's looking good in that 60 car.
Of all the sim races, even though I wrecked Matt Watkins to win it, it was still, this has got to be probably the most exciting one to win in my career.
Oh, man. Mark DeSenza almost made it 3 wide going into 3 and thought better of it.
Yeah,
how about Dennis Balsar in the 60 car, the Mark Martin, number 60, Winn-Dixie. That thing is on rails tonight. The 89 is you definitely seeing the tire dig.
I think DeSenza does that to shake you up a bit, make you loose, right? Next
he does.
He does.
They're 3 wide. They're 3 wide down the front stretch, splitting dog.
3 wide. Dog's trying to get out of the way there, but he does a great job.
And Alex Jarvie caught some of the apron. Oh, they were racing back to the yellow. That's why.
Lap 51 of 64.
See if we can find the source of this yellow. And I think I did.
Who take 2 new tires?
Okay, your dominant car all night, Dan Irvine. It just gets worse for him, it seems, as he is the source of your caution now.
All night long.
I'd venture to say his back end was pretty beat up and he was losing some spoiler.
Oh, just a little bit there, Ed.
I haven't even seen it yet, but I can just tell you.
Yeah, he goes around the outside of the 115 Dave Ellens and then tries to bring it down, and you can see how bad that back end was already busted in. And the 12, the 115, they all got caught up in that, and that's your source of caution right there, I'd say. Yeah, you see the 12 got spun and he smacked the outside wall. Reaction to that.
I don't think anybody's going to pit. I wouldn't. I would not give up track position at this place. It is so hard out there to pass anybody.
I am in full agreement with you, Ed. Everybody out there has made their bed, and now they got to lay in it. And man, McGregor's looking to come down pit road, though. Is he faking, or is he going to do it?
You'll have some back there.
He faked it. He faked it. You got Shane Pittman heading down pit road, but he had nothing to lose. 8, the 90, 95, 9. All these guys are already back, already beat up, already on old stuff. They're going to pit. So, we're going to take this restart with about 10 to go. And you got Johnny 5 fingers to set. That 58 car, the Old Spice machine out of Canada. Sitting pretty right now. He's got a nice buffer back to those guys who dominated the night and are on slightly fresher stuff.
Let's go Canada.
Well, I can tell you, I think those guys back that are up front, they probably have fresh stuff because the lap before that, I know Bill pitted with them again, and they all took fresh tires. The last lap before we took the green, and fresh tires and fuel, so they are on fresh tires.
Yeah, just a couple laps less fresh than the other guys behind them.
Yeah, they would be caution fresh tires.
Yeah, basically they drove through the big wreck, and that was about it. But that can make a difference. You're talking 2x wear on a big track that really puts a premium on that tire wear.
Absolutely.
It should be interesting. I mean, Mark DeSenza, Slim Jim Gately, Matt Watkins, these guys, they know how to get through the field. And they'll be working together trying to get back up there.
But Johnny Doucette wants to see this. Caution laps.
These are helping him. These are helping Dog.
Caution.
They're helping Dennis Balsar.
And stay in front.
Hold your line.
If you have to. But keep the car, don't overdrive here. You just want to stay in the way. And then hope another caution comes out. You get the 4 laps to go, and this thing's over. And we're coming on it's going to be like 11 laps or 10 laps to go.
I think the lights are about to turn off this time by. I'm not mistaken.
I don't think
he's in the perfect position to steal a win, but it's not really a steal because he has executed this strategy
next time by
all night long. And to win a big race like this, you need some bad luck from other people too,
Yeah, so next time by, I predict the lights will turn off and we'll take this restart on lap 54, meaning 11 to go.
I don't think our cautions are over with.
Well, and that's the thing.
Oh,
exactly.
You got desperate people with different speeds.
Yep.
And that's what caused that big one. That was a desperate move, trying to make the pass, and that one opportunity he had.
This is not like any other win.
And you hear clutching. Do you hear those cars? Those guys who've stayed out, they just clutched coming off turn 2 there. No. So they're still working it, trying to make sure they can make it.
Make sure they can make it, yeah, because we like Will said, we were several laps to the bad.
Yeah, these caution laps are helping them.
Well, I got to tell you, is this exciting or what?
Yes. We got Sam Young joining us here. Thanks for popping in, Sammy.
Sam Young, the boss of FSB.
Thanks, guys. Look, Johnny Doucette, I had a chat with him before the race. I was trying to talk him into more sponsorship, but that's besides the point. He's
I was working it.
Yeah, I've got to work it, but no, he's going to do it tonight. I got it. I got the feeling. Just keep your eye on the 58. I think he's going to do it.
Oh, don't forget that dog in the 108. He's put on a good show there, hanging tough in second spot.
Well, those tires are a little beat up on that dog's car, I think. I'm not.
All these guys, they're a couple laps older on the tires.
I think I'm going to make it the prediction for the old Missouri boy, number 60.
Mr.
I was going to
Balsar
say
making his
exactly that,
return.
Ed. That of those guys who stayed out, I think Dennis Balsar is the one looking the best there. He's just got to pick his spots and hope he doesn't give up spots to the fresher tires, the fast cars behind him.
Well, I had a text with Dog, and he wasn't feeling good. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Depends on how I feel. And
He feeling good now.
My text back to him was, I remember one time my dad had to take pills before he got in the race car because he was in so much pain, and he's like, I can't drive this car, And doctor said, once you get in the car, your adrenaline will kick in, and that's basically what I texted him. Once you get yourself on the server and start running, your adrenaline will start pumping, and you'll start feeling it. It's just getting there.
Y'all remember that movie True Grit?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who is this man? Who is this man, Dog Palmer, but True Grit?
Totally.
Absolutely. But the lights are off on the
There's
FSB
no
pace
feeling
car.
like that, to all of a sudden realize you got a chance. But you got a lot of studs behind you that are breathing fire right now.
Hasn't Mr. Palmer won before on this very speedway?
He might have in another
A
series.
500. It was the Indy 500, I believe.
He has a 500 win. How about that?
Well,
we joked.
I got that trophy right here, and very proud of that.
We joked that because he has a catheter.
Yeah, unfair advantage there.
Too.
That's an advantage for this Indy 500 now.
Yeah, no joke. When I ran the 500 that one time, I prepped for it like surgery. I didn't drink anything after midnight the night before.
Absolutely.
That's
That's how you have to do
three
it.
plus hours.
All right, boys. Pace car's about to duck off. It's actually 11 here with. Oh no, yeah, you're right. With 10 to go, it'll be 55 at the line.
No lap.
Pace car's off. No lap cars. Here we go, boys.
We're excited, and we're not even in the car right now.
That's because we're not going to be pissed off when it all goes south.
Damn.
Here we go.
Good start by Dog, right on the back of the
Look
58.
at that.
Well, he's dogging him. Dog's dogging him into one. Johnny Doucette takes the defensive line, not blocking. He just chose to start low. He's entitled to do that, and Dog's got the run, though. Can't quite complete it.
Doesn't have any help.
Meanwhile, behind him, we're keeping an eye on...
Just have to execute here. Let somebody else make
somebody's
a
in the
mistake.
wall.
Here we come.
there's a big wreck in the backstretch.
This might be it here.
Dennis Balsar is looking underneath.
Here comes the 60. He can't make it.
Oh no!
Oh, piling up behind him.
Slim's in the wall.
Thumbs
Upside down.
And Slim is on his lid.
Car pulling away. Could he get his first Indy win?
Descends on the
Well,
outside
it's
of
not
Brown,
over
yeah.
yet, and
Look at
Descends
that.
is going to come out second here.
Thompson is out. Pace car is out.
Yeah, Descends is pulling in second. This is going to be a good run for finish here.
Ooh, we're going to take this restart again with about 5 to go. Yeah, Slim Jim Gately retired on the
So
spot.
it will restart. If you got 4 to go or less, it's over. So it should restart.
Yeah, it'll definitely restart. That's no question right there.
Oh, somebody's on fire there. Come on, get out of there. Oh, Alex
Come on,
Jarvie,
get out of
what
that
could have been. He's still trying to, he missed pit road. He can't see. And he's still trying to cross the start-finish line, and he's on fire.
Well, the wreck's already happening behind these guys here on the replay. We're going to watch what happened up front with our leaders as they raced back to the caution. Again, people trying to take some long shots here. Oh, okay, Slim got hit from behind into Alex Jarvie. So Ken Shea into the 23, and oh, Danny Falcon! Someone check on Danny. I hope his Hans device was in good working order there, because that was a heavy front end impact.
Oh, straight on for Danny Falcon.
So I'm looking back to the first accident.
That was like
Slim
he
Jim.
went through the wall and back out the other side. The 20 car, the 20 kid, as he was known before we started using real names in.
Meanwhile, back here,
FSB.
what started the caution looks like
20
18
kid.
and the 25.
18 and 25 got together.
Yep.
I collected the 95. So those guys were spinning. Wow, Dan Irvine weaved his way through that one.
Just a little bit of extra momentum there, and at the same, just got into the 25 car.
And Pops misses that, and then he comes into turn 3 and finds this whole deal going down.
Will Farmer on the spin cycle there. You had to get an in-car in the 95 blowing chunks there.
Well, this is exactly what Dissette wanted to see.
We got Slim Jim Gately out of the in-care center.
Infield Care Center.
I think I'd rather have dogs behind me than this.
Slim, are you okay?
Man, God, I don't know what to say, man. All of that work to get to where I was, man, and then bam, all
Absolutely.
gone. God, it just sucks.
Yeah, it was
It
just
does.
a chain reaction there. Looks like he got pushed into the 89, and it was on from there.
Yep.
Well, riding on board here with the 20 car of Danny Falcon. See,
that pretty much stayed behind and did the challenge.
Looks like the
The
66
whole
blown
moved
up.
up there, but then, that's racing.
Yep, I mean, that's about all you can say. That's racing.
and I think the only person on the track who took a harder hit was the 20 of Danny Falcon. We just rode on board
that
there.
was a hard lick
That
right
was
there.
brutal, absolutely
The Florida
brutal hit.
man, he's going to want to get back to Florida in one piece.
66 of Wes
my
Dobbs,
gosh,
91
that
of Ken
was
Shea.
horrible.
I think you can get a good deal on the 66 car tonight.
Yeah, that thing's done. It's
Well-
89 on fire. Yeah, sorry, Slim. Mom's
Yeah, tough
been
break, buddy.
watching, so supporting you. We'll get them next week, man.
Sorry,
Sam.
Mom. Nothing I could do.
Yeah, sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield, and you're
Sometimes
definitely the
you're
bug
hammer,
tonight.
Sometimes you're the nail.
I was definitely the nail tonight, so.
You missed a lot of other action before that happened, though, didn't you, Slim?
Oh, I did. I think
You
I
did.
managed to dodge 2 wrecks tonight. And,
Yeah, you did well. We were watching you.
So anyway, I guess third time was not a charm.
And indeed.
Actually, a fantastic race, weaving and diving your way through the field slowly and patiently, and execution. You,
Beginning
Matt
first.
Watkins, Jordan McGregor, all. But then, looks like a lot of you guys have had bad luck.
Meanwhile, your teammate Mark
Some
DeCenza.
other guys,
The Rocket is sitting pretty, though, there in P2 in the number 3 car with fresh tires.
Alex
Yep.
Jarvie got out of the car and he is okay. 89 car I think it was on fire. So
Well, I hope we put on a good show for you guys. I'm out of here, man.
Yeah, it was-
Hey, glad you're all
Okay,
right there,
Sam.
buddy.
Good stuff, Slim. You'll get them next time. They definitely knew you were there tonight, buddy.
I'll
All
buy
right.
you a new car for next week, bud.
I appreciate that. Later, guys.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Slim. We appreciate him checking in after a disappointing night there. But yeah, we're about to re-rack this thing. We're going to take
This
this
is
restart under 5 to go.
This is it. So, man, I've been
Well,
in
look
that
who's
position
sitting back here.
at Johnny's Doucette right now, and
Anything
your
can
foot
happen.
is shaking, and you're
Heart's
scared
pounding.
to death. But at the same time, I can win this. I just can't mess this up. I just got to execute, and this is what Johnny Doucette has showed up for. Was a chance like this to win on Friday night on TV.
Yeah, we got. He's got to run that defensive line. He can't block until 2 to go, but he can
You
run a
have the
defensive line.
advantage. You have the advantage. But you
Nobody's
got one
better
of
at
the
this.
most bigger veterans
Hey, guys.
history of this league than that 3 car.
Who would you
Behind you.
choose? Who are you going to choose as your winner right now?
I think
Nobody is better at this than Mark DeCenza, I'm going to have to say. But Johnny, if he does what Mark does, which is to hold that line and keep that special line, I call it, at Indy, which you guys know what I'm talking about. Is that place where you really can't go low and you really can't go high.
I think
Descenza knows that line.
Descenza's going to get him on the outside. Watch this.
By not making a mistake. That's all you have to do is execute, get a good restart. Even if the guy gets a little bit better restart, as long as you get your entry down low in turn one, stay there. Don't hit the wall. Don't do anything special. Just do what you've done this far. We saw him do it in the restart before. So he knows that. He's like, I can do this. In fact, he had about a 4-car length lead as the rest of them. And that's what you're expecting. That's what you're thinking of. These guys are going to sit around. Dog Palmer, he wants that third place. He wants to be on the post race.
Oh, hey, lights are out on the pace car. We're going to take this restart with 5 to go. And let's not count out.
I'm watching the broadcast. He's alive and well.
Let's not count out that 15 car of Matt Watkins. He's sitting there in P5. He's ready to pounce on some mistakes.
Got a whole crew back there.
Mark's got those specially matched tires, and he's going to go on the outside. Watch this.
Dennis Balsar has kept that car in one piece tonight. He's got good stuff under him.
It still doesn't matter if Johnny does what he has to do. That's the thing about Indy. You don't have to have the best car. You have to have the best track position. And you can win it. Unless somebody just comes up and wrecks you, which they might do, or do it by, what I'm saying is if you don't make a mistake, you can defend and make the onus on the guy behind you to, make a move.
And you usually need help unless you guys create a great start.
Well,
and that's the thing. The guys behind them, what they need to do is gang up. And
no friends now.
But the thing is if the 58 defends low coming out of the corner and doesn't give them that bottom line for them to try to freight train them on the outside is going to be really hard. This is a bottom feeder track, so you got to stay on the bottom and defend, even if you're slower. If you drift up a little and try to push a little.
Wait, the lights turned back on the pace car.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, it's messed up on my second screen. Never mind.
No,
lights are off.
Here it is.
There we go.
Pucker time.
This will be the end if we go green a couple laps. Yeah, me too.
All right, here we go. Johnny Doucette, the restart of his life. So far. Oh, DeRocket got a great start, and he's already looking on the outside.
Go nowhere on the outside. Dog's gonna bail on the.
Look at Matt Watkins. Matt Watkins already gets under Balsar going in through one.
Oh, that's Matt Watkins, the GOAT. Still Johnny Doucette executing. Nowhere for the 3 to go.
Mackins and McGregor, they're hooked up down the backstretch. They're looking under Dog.
Defend low, defend low, defend low.
Oh, here he
goes. Defend. You gotta defend.
He didn't quite get there. Did not have the fender before the corner.
One out of turn 3, and now in the turn 4 gets the power on for the Old Spice car. What a great sequence for Johnny Doucette. Come on, buddy.
And Dog's falling backwards. He's thrown the parachute out.
Defend.
Watkins up the third, going to the pass on Descenza.
Here he comes on the
That's
inside.
what Johnny needs to see.
Watkins.
Johnny wants to see this. He wants to see these guys fighting for position behind him.
He doesn't want to see Watkins there now.
Nobody ever wants to see Watkins in their mirror.
Fire. Where'd he come from?
Oh my God!
He's got better tires. That's why he's got 4 tires when Johnny Doucette did not fit.
Yeah, but Descenza's drafting Johnny.
Hold down there, Mr. Canada.
Come on, Johnny, defend. You got to defend. You got the best that's ever been in this league, along with Rick Johnson, the 2 best stock car drivers. You can throw a coin on which one is actually better. Contact with Mark Descenza.
There you go, Johnny. Work both lines, drafting them.
Good job. Sean's specialty.
Yeah, I taught that one to Dan. And he caught a little wall going into one.
This is what he does not want, but he is driving
hanging it out there.
Wall.
Yeah, he needs to keep DeSenza and Matkins right next to each other there. That's the best thing he can do. That's why you want to work both drafts.
Dale Earnhardt finally get the win here. He did that. Jeff Gordon back in the day had to win on a restart at the end. And they went for it. Balls out.
Watson's got to run.
Matt Watkins
He's
is
underneath him.
down low, and
He's got the run, but is Johnny going to get the help? Johnny's going to get the help down the front stretch.
He gets it.
No, he's not.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, they're going to split him three wide.
Three wide.
He steps in behind Johnny again, though.
Holy smokes. Here comes the
Two to
60
go.
car.
And Dennis
Oh my
Balsar got the great run there.
Tires,
Wow.
Johnny's tires are done.
He also smacked the right side going into
And
one
he
a couple laps
smacked it,
ago.
and
That didn't help Watkins
go
get underneath
racing
him.
like clean and I mean, it's so easy just to force yourself in there after you are a little disappointed.
Professional racing. What
That's
my God.
professional racing right there. Matt Watkins in the
But,
lead.
you know, he's still hanging with these guys. He got nothing to be ashamed of. This is a
Does McGregor
hell of a
have
drive.
the same tires as? Yeah, absolutely. Does McGregor have the same tires as Matt Watkins? And the 3.
Well, he's got one more lap to do something with him, whatever he's got. And he's got his teammate pushing him, Mark DeSenza pushing him for all he's worth down the front stretch one more time around. 2.5 miles. And Dennis Balsar is hungry for 4th place there.
Absolutely.
I think everybody's used up their stuff, man.
It doesn't matter. You run what you got now. You just lay it all on the table.
I hope we put a good show on. That's what Slim said. Are you kidding
What, we
me?
got 26, 28 cars still on the lead lap here?
Oh, Johnny Doucette
Down
caught some
low,
wall there.
There's a battle for like 5th place.
Wait a minute. Where did Ryan Johnson come from?
And I think he gets 5th place.
No, Ryan had to fall back into 6th there.
Matt Watkins drives away from these guys. And the
Giving him
caution
that
is
clean
out.
air, he's dangerous.
Matt
Caution's out,
Watkins
but
is your
caution
winner
and checkers together.
This is the end.
to go.
Good job, Matt Watkins.
All right, good job up here, guys. I'll holler at y'all later.
All right,
See
thanks
ya.
for joining
Yep,
us, Ed.
guys.
Tough
Great
break, buddy.
job.
Yep, it's all good.
I'm out of here
Right
too.
on it.
Great job, guys.
See you, Sam.
So what did we say about the cream rising to the top? Matt Watkins, Mark DeSenza, and Jordan McGregor. Actually, I had those two reversed there. McGregor, then DeSenza.
You know,
3
Johnny
champions.
Doucette, he had to roll the dice there, and he was just down on tires. Still a fantastic finish. You know, I would have done the same thing. You know, I mean,
Yep.
but Matt
gave-
Watkins got that last.
Gave that little
the
opening
stop
just
before
enough.
the last one. He got 4 tires,
Just enough to stuff your nose right in there and have enough room.
and we know what you know.
We know he's
Hell,
coming, right?
You burn tires under the caution here.
Yeah, teammate Steve Weber, the team boss over there at Monsoon, giving him a bump.
Matt Watkins.
Johnny Doucette going up to
the
congratulate
front
him.
straight. Is he going to kiss the bricks? What a great job for Johnny Doucette. I've said it from the beginning watching this guy race. He's got skills and he's got racecraft. He's got everything and almost pulled it off tonight. Matt Watkins in the Pac-Man Toyota is about to tear this thing up. And he do.
Burn him down.
Matt is back on top and showing you that. And one hellacious Jeff Gordon burnout there as the pace car goes by.
The pace car almost runs him over.
And he's not kissing the brakes, he's burning them.
Well, you want to kiss him after burning that much rubber on him?
And he ain't done yet. South Carolina native is smoking them if you got them.
Real quickly running through our results here. Matt Watkins, your winner. Jordan McGregor, second. Mark DeSenza rounds out your top 3. Johnny Doucette with a gutsy 4th place finish there. He gave it all he had. He left it all on the track, so Nothing to hang your head about there, Johnny. Great run. 60 of Dennis Balsar rounds out your top 5. Ryan Johnson.
Great job,
we
Dennis.
barely talked about him all night, and he's there, the hometown boy.
That's what he do.
6th place run. 332, TG Reese finishes 7th. Steve Weber, Bill
Great run
Yarborough.
for the 53
Bill Yarborough, another
team.
one we didn't talk about all night, hangs in there tough for a top 10.
Yeah, great run for Bill.
Brian Lamb brings it home 10th. Brad Otto, 11th. Great run for Brad there. Will Farmer overcomes his damage to finish 12th. Matt Stewart in the 90 picks up a couple spots there on the last lap to finish 13th. Bill Farmer, John the Dog Palmer fell all the way to 15th after that restart.
He had to roll the dice too, but great job by Dog and getting out of the way when he was obviously out tired and didn't cause a wreck, taking a chance there.
All right, so I'll break into our post-race screen here. I'll have Milty go gather up our top finishers for us, as we have reactivated the Milt and Shawn cams. I'm going to save my my replay here on PC2. All right, actually remembered to save it for a change. All right, Dano, man, tough break. I think you could have hung in there, though, and maybe picked up some spots if you caught the cautions just right. But
yeah,
glad to have you join us up here, and that was pretty exciting one there at the end.
Yeah, it was. Sure was. Those boys were giving her. I can't believe, Watkins comes from, 6th place on the last few laps there?
I told you guys to watch out for him. If Matt Watkins has a car that's running properly, don't count him out. Ever. And that just proved the point tonight. We'll see if, excuse me, we'll see how quickly our intrepid admin here gets on top of the points. I think that might be accurate, actually.
Sold a house tonight. I'm pretty happy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, look at that. Ryan Johnson, Johnny on the spot, already has the points updated. Matt Watkins retains your point lead. 10 points up on Mark DeRocket Desenza and Jordan McGregor there in 3rd. That just happens to be our top 3 tonight as well. And I think, who's camera shy there? Who's Milty still trying to grab a hold of? We got Matt, we got Mark. We're missing Jordan. There's Jordan. All right. So we'll start with our P3 finisher there, Mark Desenza. Was that 2nd or 3rd for him? I lost track now. Yeah, he was 3rd. He matches the car number. Great run, Mark there. Just looks like he tried everything he could to get around Johnny there, and then out of nowhere came that 15. And what'd you have for him there at the end?
At the very end, nothing. Heated my tires up a little. I should have made some different strategy. Maybe tried to get by the 58 there, coming low off the corner, and I tried high in the straightaway and got stuck up there and made a couple little mistakes with Matt and Jordan there.
But you had the same tires as Matt?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, on the outside there for a couple laps, I heated them up a little, and I just, at that point, at the very end, I didn't have nothing left.
Well, it's a good try, good charge there. I mean, I thought you might have had him on the outside a couple times, but it was definitely some entertaining racing there. Good points night for you, so good finish there. Jordan,
good win there, Matt. Good run there, Jordan.
Jordan looking to defend the championship there, pulls into 18 points back with that 2nd place run. Pretty quiet run from the back there, looked like. What more did you need there? Get around Matkins at the finish.
I had a little bit of damage from that wreck that Slim, or that Jeff and Dan got involved in. I was slowed down a little bit, but got caught up a little bit. Got a little damage. I don't think it affected us too bad, but I could tell down the straightaways I just didn't have what everybody else had.
Now, we didn't even see you get in that one.
Yeah, I did a 360 and kept going, so I got pretty lucky overall.
Yeah, Slim ended up on his lid, so I'd say you came out on the good side of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, you can't complain about a second place finish coming from the back. It's 3rd, 2nd place finish this year, so kind of becoming a habit. I got a Charlie horse in my right leg on the last 4-lap
Oh, been there.
Well, yeah, and these races are long, and but you guys have managed your pit strategy all the way through, and in these races, when you start in the back, you're still ending up in the front. Just great execution and a challenge for you guys, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's about being patient, picking your spots. And today was interesting because we had that long green flag run at the beginning, and that kind of helped us in a way. We got through the field to where.
Yeah, you definitely had a great stop there.
Awesome, man. I mean, that's still a
Mark
podium. Definitely, and Mark just running great. But then there's that guy, man.
Yeah, where did he come from?
Where did he come from?
We're re-racking the start. We're talking about who's got a shot at, and I said, don't forget about Matt Watkins there in 6th spot. And sure enough, how did you pick your way through that deal?
Yeah, that was I drove pretty hard the last 5 laps, man. I had I told Team Channel, I was like, well, first thing I got to do is, get a good restart and hopefully be able to get one going into turn 1, and then hopefully get another one coming off the back stretch, and then have enough time to set up, have a few laps to set up, and yeah, I was fortunate to get a good run on Mark there, and I had to take that, and then I was telling my team this whole time, I was like, man, I really don't want to pass Johnny here, man. I was like, it's pretty cool. He's leading with 2 to go, but I was like, I gotta run. I gotta take it. So I timed it perfect. Just got to him and made it happen. But
yeah, you did. You did time it perfect, and you showed how you just clicked the switch. And
yeah,
I've seen that. You just you knew you weren't worried about tires. It was you're a great tire saver. You got great racecraft, but then when you got to go, and it was apparent that maybe they just didn't know who you were behind them.
I
don't doubt it.
Don't you know who that guy in the 15 is? Are you kidding me?
I made a couple small mistakes, and I knew I was toast at that point.
Don't you know who that guy is? I mean, come on, really?
Well, I knew you had to get him coming off 2 or 3 because you can't do anything you can't do anything if you pull him on the back stretch and front stretch because you're just going to get out drafted. I thought I was in trouble. I thought Mark was going to get by me outside. I was like, I don't know. I think Jordan gave me a little help on the bottom there, which was a big deal. And Johnny pulled down there a little bit too and gave me some drafts. So I was seeing it clear. I knew I was good, but I was getting a little nervous with Mark on the outside there. I was like, oh, he might clear me.
It sucks for Johnny. Did he get on the podium? You almost want to grab his ass and pull him up here just because he took a huge risk, and it was so close to him winning that race. We've all done that where we stayed out and had to live with what we had. And,
been there, done that. Bought the T-shirt.
He needed a caution, another caution right away, and it would have been his. So
yeah, he did a hell of a job on old tires there.
Absolutely,
He gets one more caution. It's his.
Well, great job. You took the opportunities as they came to you. Came from the back to the front and maintaining that points lead there over Mark DeCenza. Again, your top 3 finishers tonight are your top 3 in the points, and it's turned into a breakaway as you guys are within 18 of each other, and then it's a whole 16 more points back to Bill Yarborough there in 4th. So hopefully the 3 of you can keep this up the whole season, make some good entertaining points battling for us.
That's hard to keep up with.
That's hard to keep up with, but if anybody can do it, it's you two.
A shout out to Slim and Hale, my teammates. They had good runs too, and
absolutely
they had a little bit of problems. And also Dan Irvine, he had a good car there. I know he got in a wreck there, but he was him and Hansen were both.
Well, he dominated the race, man. But it's like you guys just seem to find your way.
Yeah, we've seen that in Indy before. It's a cruel place.
Ask Mario Andretti about that one,
Or the Bodine brothers when they took each other out, it was 95, the second time they were here.
Yeah.
Their wives are almost fist fighting in pit road.
That's funny.
Anyway, thanks again
guys. Great job.
Yeah,
Great
good job,
show,
Matt. Man, that was really fun, Matt, at the end. And I knew once you got inside, no matter what I did at the outside, it might have looked good, but Yeah, I knew you had me. I was
It
just
did
hoping
look
to
good.
maybe clear you one more time, and then I should have tried to get him low coming off the corner, and I got up there, and then I was committed. And but after you got by, I had nothing for you. I thought maybe if I could stay in front of you, but good job, man. That was really fun. You too, Jordan.
Yeah, you two did a hell of a job. That was I couldn't make any mistakes. You guys would have been there again.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Awesome job, guys. Thanks again for joining us. Our top 3 finishers there.
What do we got next week, bro?
We're up at Nazareth next week. Going back to my neck of the woods, my home track, Nazareth, Pennsylvania.
Boy, that's a total different track. It's going to be very interesting.
That's one of my favorite tracks. I love that place. It's quirky.
And you're good there, too.
I know. I'm going to be itching to get in on that one, man.
Come on. Don't be ruining it for us. Now, I race him at the trucks there. Shawn, that's his track. He's hard to beat.
It's an oddball track. You know, that's right in my wheelhouse, man.
Wait till you watch the broadcast. You'll see Shawn's representing some trophies in his background, too, now.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, yeah, Milty threw down the gauntlet, so I had to put my 2 Winston cups behind me for tonight. And thanks again, Bill Farmer, Farmer Contracting, sponsoring that again this season. We're going to be following this points battle all season, which once again, Matt Watkins, your race winner. He's your leader. Thanks again for joining us. Jordan Mcgregor and Mark DeSenza rounding out your top 3 there. And of course, Clan Mcgregor represent. Thanks again, as always, Milt Minter, my partner in the broadcast booth, joining me not only in voice, but in video. Got the Skype cam working.
Pretty cool.
Modern technology is awesome, isn't it, guys? We thank our series admin, Ryan Johnson. Again, Johnny on the spot, getting those points updated before I even had the post-race screen up. Our league owner, promoter, the boss, Sam Young, for doing all you do to keep us running. And of course, you, the fans and drivers, join us out there on YouTube and on the track. Thanks, everybody.
Watch it on YouTube again, so
again,
I just do that right now.
Yep, I just push the buttons. You guys make the show, and we'll do it again next week from Nazareth. Until then, thanks for joining us for FSB Racing Live. Saying goodnight, I am Shawn Reap.